Hi everybody, welcome to the session. I am Shivkumar Reddy. Here I would like to discuss a few problems related to transformers. First, let us go through this example. In this example, we are asked to draw the equivalent circuit for a 4 kVA 200 volts bar 400 volts 50 Hz single phase transformer from the test results as given below. First, open circuit test. The test data is 200 volts, 0.8 amperes, 80 watts on the LV side. That means to say that these readings have been taken on the LV side. Similarly, short circuit test. The test data are 20 volts, 10 amperes, 100 watts on HV side. That means to say that these values have been taken onto the HV side by short circuiting the LV side. After that, we need to find out the secondary terminal voltage when delivering 10 amperes at 0.8 power factor lagging. Now, let us go for the solution part. First, let us find out the transformation ratio K, which is equal to 400 by 200, that is V2 by V1. This gives rise to a value of 2. And from the open circuit test data, we are given the no load voltage as from the OC data, which is equal to 200 volts, and I0 is given as 0.8 amperes. The no load loss W0 is given as 80 watts. From this we can find out the value of cos phi naught. Cos phi naught is equal to W0 by V0 into I0, that is equal to 80 by 200 into 0.8. This gives rise to a value of 0.5. Once we know the value of cos phi naught, we can find out the value of sin phi naught, which is equal to 0.866. Now it is the time to find out R0, which is equal to V0 by IW. IW is nothing but I0 cos phi naught. That is equal to V0 is 200 volts divided by I0 is 0.8 and cos phi naught is 0.5. This will give a value of 500 ohms. And similarly, you can find out the value of X0. X0 is equal to V0 by I mu, that is equal to V0 by I0 sin phi naught, that is equal to 200 divided by 0.8 into 0.866, which gives the value of 288.68 ohms. And remember, these two parameters are referred to LV side or primary side. LV side, which is the primary. Now let us go through the short circuit test here. The short circuit we are given the voltage as 20 volts. The short circuit voltage as equal to here VSC is given as 20 volts and ISC, the short circuit current, is 10 amperes and WSC is given as 100 watts. From this you can find out the value of R01. R01 is equal to WSC divided by ISC square, that is 100 divided by 10 square. 10 square is nothing but 100, which will give you the value of 1 ohm. So here this is not R, this is R02. Why? Because this short circuit voltage, all these parameters are referred to HV side. HV is here the secondary now. Hence we get R02 here, and Z02 is equal to VSC by ISC. VSC is 20 volts and ISC is 10, which is equal to 2 ohms. Once we are aware of R02 and Z02, you can find out the value of X02, which is equal to square root of Z02 square minus R02 square. That is equal to square root of 2 square minus 1 square. That is equal to, we get 1.732 ohms. Here the important point to note is this R02 and X02, these two are referred to HV side, which is the secondary one. And in order to draw the equivalent circuit, so when the equivalent circuit is drawn, R0, X0, and whatever total resistance and total reactance that we represent here, all these parameters should be referred with respect to one side. So that can be either primary side or secondary side. So here what I do is I represent these secondary parameters with respect to the primary side. So R0, X0 and R01 and X01. Now we have to find out R01 and X01 from the data R02 and X02. So R01 is calculated as R01 is equal to R02 divided by K square, that is equal to 1 divided by the value of K is equal to 2. So 1 by 2 square means 4, that is equal to 0.25. Similarly, X01 is equal to X02 by K square. X02 we have got as root 3, that is 1.732 divided by 4, and this value will be equal to 0.433 ohms. Once we know these values, we can represent the equivalent circuit. Here this is the supply voltage V1 here. The value of R0 we have got as 500 ohms and X0 as 288.68 ohms, R01 as 0.25 ohms and X01 as 0.433 ohms, and this is your terminal voltage V2 represented with respect to the primary V2 dash. Like this we have to construct the equivalent circuit of a transformer, and in this problem we are also given to find out the secondary terminal voltage when it is delivering 10 amperes at 0.8 power factor lagging. So here we need to find out another part, and we know the formula for finding out the voltage drop. Approximate voltage drop U2 minus V2 is equal to I2 R02 cos phi 2 plus I2 X02 sin phi 2. For inductive load we have to consider this as positive, and for capacitive load this will become minus. This is equal to I2 is 10 amperes we are given, and the value of R02 is 1 ohm, cos phi 2 is 0.8 plus 10 into X02 is 1.732 ohms, and sin phi 2 is, if this is 0.8, sin phi 2 becomes equal to 0.6, and if we simplify this we get a value of 18.4 volts. Approximately you get 18.4 volts. We know the value of E2 is equal to 400 volts. From this we can find out the terminal voltage as V2 is equal to 400 minus 18.4, which is equal to 381.6 volts. This is how we have to simplify this problem. This kind of problems are very much important. Let us do one more problem. Here we are given a 220 bar 440 volts 10 kVA 50 Hz single phase transformer. It has got a copper loss of 120 watts at full load, and if its efficiency is 98% at full load unity power factor, we have to determine the iron loss and also the efficiency at 3/4 of full load 0.8 power factor lagging. Let us go for the solution here. Here I am not writing down all the complete data because that is there in the problem itself. First, the efficiency is given as 0.98. The condition here we have got the output is equal to full load. Full load means 10 kVA and the power factor is UPF. That implies we are going to have 10 kilowatts as the output. From this data we can find out the value of input. Input is equal to output divided by efficiency, that is equal to 10 kilowatts means 10,000 divided by 0.98, which is equal to, we get 10,204.08 watts. Once we know the input and output, we can find out the total losses. The total loss now is equal to input minus output, that is equal to 10,204.08 minus 10,000, that is equal to 204.08 watts. This total loss constitute core loss plus copper loss at that load. We are given the copper loss at that load as 120 watts. Hence, the core loss now is equal to, total loss is 204.08 minus copper loss, that is 120, which will give us a value of 84.08 watts. This is answer for the first part of the problem. Next, second, we have to find out the efficiency at 3/4 of full load 0.8 power factor lagging. In order to find out the efficiency at this full load 3/4 of full load, first we have to find out the output at that particular load. Output at 3/4 of full load and 0.8 power factor lag is given by 3/4 of full load means 3/4 into the full load kVA is 10,000 multiplied by the power factor is 0.8, which will give us 6,000 watts. This we are going to have 6,000 watts as the output. After that, we have to find out the total losses. We know that the core loss remains the same, so we need not bother about the core loss. The core loss will be equal to 84.08 watts. And now we have to find out the copper loss at this particular load. Copper loss at 3/4 of full load is equal to, we know that the copper loss will be proportional to square of the load current, hence it is equal to 3/4 whole square times the copper loss at full load. The copper loss at full load is 120 watts multiplied by 120. This gives rise to a value of 67.5 watts. Once we know the core loss and copper loss, we can find out the total loss at this particular load. The total loss is equal to 67.5 plus 84.08, that is equal to 151.58 watts, and once we know the total losses, we can find out the efficiency at that particular load. So efficiency at the given condition, that is 3/4 of full load, is equal to output, that is 6000 watts, divided by the total input 6000 plus 151.58. This gives rise to a value of 0.9753, and when it is expressed as a percentage, we get this as equal to 97.53%. This is how the solution goes. This concludes the session of transformers, which includes the efficiency and also the equivalent circuit of a transformer. Subscribe to my channel to get more updates. Thank you.